Tone is all about how we see light and dark in an object. It helps us place emphasis on the most important parts of a composition. It can also create drama and feeling and help us tell compelling stories. We're going to start off with a quick warm-up. Look through your home for 2 items that don't belong with each other. Place them side by side as if they're having a conversation. Set a timer for 2 minutes. You're going to draw these objects only using shadow. Try alternating between the flat sides and tip of your charcoal, and apply heavier pressure to the darker spots. Think of it as a gesture drawing. We're looking for how shadows can convey the most basic shapes in these objects. Next, we're going to create a tonal self portrait. We'll be using the technique of cropping. Cropping is the act of trimming down a subject into the most essential details. This can impact the message and emotion in a composition, which works really well with tone. You're going to need a small handheld mirror. If you don't have a mirror, use either the front-facing camera on a smartphone or another small reflective surface. Now we're going to create 3 different thumbnails to plan our composition. Thumbnails are like mini versions of your drawing. You can create one to help represent what a final piece can look like. Think of it as a draft. Move your mirror across your face to see how your face can be cropped in unique ways. Once you find a spot you like, make a quick sketch. These little boxes will represent the size of our actual drawings, and it will give us a sense of how we want to map out our face for the final version. Next, we're creating a value scale. A value scale is a system for breaking down tones from light to dark. We can use this as a guide when making an accurate drawing from observation. This one will have 5 tones. Start with your darkest value with the heaviest pressure your hand can possibly place on the paper. Next, do your medium tone with a medium pressure. This will tell you how hard or soft to press when creating the remaining in-between values. Now we just have to decide on a composition. I really like the one with the bottom half of my face, so this is what I'll use for my bigger drawing. To start off, we're going to create a line drawing of the face. This is just a contour drawing for now. Don't worry about the tones just yet. We'll get there next. Notice how I'm using both my thumbnail and my mirror as a reference to make sure I'm filling up my entire page. This is really important when you work with cropping. Think of this first part like a map. I'm making my lines as light as I can, and I'm blocking out plenty of shapes for my facial features and shadows. Once we've mapped out the face using only lines, we're going to dig into breaking down the drawing into the 5 separate tones on our value scale. I'm going to start with the darkest shadows I see on my face, like the holes in my nostrils. How you apply pressure with your charcoal will determine what your values look like. Our mark-making exercises from the first week of class will come really in handy for this. Imagine how your hand might pull through mud, or how it might be like stuck in concrete. How do these sensations translate into how heavy or light your marks can look on paper? Now we're going to move into the mid-tones of the drawing, which can get tricky. It's really easy to make one large mass, like your cheek or the chin, just one value. Look closely at your face and all the changes in tone. Do the marks for these tones feel as light as a feather? What about running your finger through water? These are decisions you now have to make when you apply pressure to different parts of your drawing to create tones. Remember to keep looking and to keep paying attention to the pressure in your hand. When you feel stuck or unsure of what tones to place and where, always take a step back and squint. And as always, take it slow and concentrate.